Hi everyone, can you guess who is the one in the background? He is Yimin Zhang, the founder of ByteDance company. ByteDance launched TikTok in 2012 after Douyin. Douyin is a Chinese version of TikTok and specifically targeting the people in China. Due to various social media existed in global market like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Netflix and many more, there are a competitive environment for TikTok and Douyin has been highlighted in this case study in order to sustain their relevance in global online streaming market in a long term. Then, let me move to the pattern analysis. So first, let me get to know what is pattern analysis is. So, P is for political factors that are those driven by government action and policies. E for economic factors that relate to the broader economy and tend to be especially financial in nature. S for social factors that refers to the shift or evolution in the ways that stakeholders approach life and leisure. T is for technological factors that may impact an organization or an industry. And the second E is from environmental factors that recognize the change to our physical environment that can present material risks and opportunities for an organization. And lastly, the L is for legal factors. They are those that emerge from change to the regulatory environment. So now we will elaborate the pattern analysis based on this case study. So for political, the Chinese government has implemented the anti-competition law. This anti-competition law can be seen when the Chinese authorities block several global social media platforms in China like YouTube. This can reduce the competition between the streaming video apps in China. So, Youku and Todo dominate the Chinese market because the competition is being reduced. In economic aspect, TikTok has generated revenue growth and also revenue generated from TikTok video maker. TikTok have achieved 179.9 million revenue in 2019. TikTok also recorded the best performance to date with quarter-on-quarter growth standing at 100% and year-on-year growth at 500%. Its competitors Bilibili gained revenue in 570 million for the first quarter of 2019. Since TikTok is also a social media with user-generated content, the revenue is gained from the various types of advertisement. TikTok launched TikTok for Business, and the content creator will also generate income from these apps when the specific requirements were achieved. They also, in TikTok and Douyin, they also encourage people to do hashtag challenge, where the advertiser will pay advertising expenses as operating costs to TikTok. And TikTok encourage more users to participate in hashtag challenge. TikTok will share the revenue with online influencer. So they get a win-win situation, isn't it? For social aspect, we can deny that we are in the lifestyle trend that frequently depend on social media and various online platforms. So this leads to the competition of all these applications. Also, this will leads to the higher usage of social media. The billions quantity of TikTok that has been downloaded will increase the time spent on this application and also will increase the TikTok usage. Also, the hashtag challenge that made by TikTok will attract people involvement on this lifestyle. Then we move to the technology. The advanced technology by TikTok and Douyin attract the stakeholder to be involved in this application usage. The advanced features by TikToks made users can directly record video in long vertical form according to the shape of the smartphone screen. As the features of Douyin can be said are more advantaged from TikTok, Douyin has been dominate the Chinese market due to the users' preference and language barriers. For the environmental aspect, let me talk about carbon footprints. Do you know what carbon footprint is? The carbon footprints is the amount of the carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere as a result of the activity of particular individuals, organization, or community. China is ranked first as the most highest carbon emission in the world with 27%. Altan Shagai Batmut in 2022 stated that online services are associated with a carbon footprint from data centers, networks infrastructure, and other heavy devices. In an article that I have read, Netflix generates the highest carbon dioxide emission among the others application due to its high resolution video delivery and its numbers of users. Meanwhile, the compare of the market analyzed that most of 10 of the most popular social media platform and found that using TikTok generates the most emissions per minute of use at 2.93 grams of carbon dioxide, following by Reddit and Pinterest. For legal aspect, in this case study, we read that Bilibili and two others signed expensive license agreement that cost for billions, but then result as the largest online streaming services. So, in my opinion, TikTok can take the risk of this signed to this expensive license agreement also, that can make them result as the largest online streaming services. Last but not least, due to high competency of social media, TikTok and Douyin must sustain their market as users' choice in a long term. Here are my several opinions on how to sustain their market in a long term. So first thing first, TikTok need to upgrade more on its features like what Douyin has done. The wide features and upgraded technology by TikTok will enable it to sustain a global streaming market. If not, TikTok will end up being like WeChat and other social media which was being shut down due to irrelevance. This can be seen in the terms of technology. In aspect of legal, TikTok need to immediately perform the copyright on their features to ensure other social application is not plagiarized totally or even slightly their features. For example, Instagram that introduced Instagram Reels is a copycat of TikTok, and this causes people are just loyal with Instagram since it has already has same features like TikTok. Lastly, TikTok should keep being updated to consumers' needs, and this will sustain the acceptance of TikTok in global market. The comments and the feedback from the consumer and customer should not be taken for granted, as this will actually efficiently improve the applications with just a little change by TikTok.